Hello fight fans and welcome back to a new video. In this video I will give you guys my prediction on the UFC 250 main card, so get yourself comfy and enjoy the video. The first fight on the main card starts in the bantamweight division between Eddie Wineland and the fan favorite Sugar Sean O'Malley. Eddie is a huge underdog coming into this fight and really has nothing to lose but everything to gain, and that makes Eddie very dangerous. Eddie is an experienced fighter that has 13 fights in the UFC and has faced many top-ranked fighters. As a fighter, Eddie is a good boxer that throws hard punches and has a good gas tank, and is not afraid of a brawl, but Sean is just in my opinion the more technical striker and grappler. After Sean's UFC debut, many people were thinking that the weakness in Sean's game would be the grappling. Since then, Sean has worked a lot in his grappling with Augusto Tanquinho and is improving his whole MMA game. Come fight night, I think the speed and timing of Sean will be too much to handle for Eddie, and the only way that I can see Eddie win is by making the fight a brawl where he has the biggest chance to hurt Sean, but I just don't see that happening, and seeing that Eddie does not possess the best striking defense where he keeps his chin up and hands down will give Sean many openings to use his kicks and punches. I will go with Sugar Sean O'Malley to get the win. Next we go to the welterweight division where Magny will take on Rocco Martin. Magny is coming off a decision win against Li Yingliang where he looked very good. His striking was really sharp and his gas tank looked as good as always. Rocco Martin is coming off a win against Ramazan Emeyev where his striking and takedown defense were on point. This fight will probably be a striking contest as both fighters are strikers. Neil has a big reach advantage and is very good at keeping the distance, while Rocco Martin is a fighter that likes to take the center and pressure his opponents. So this is a very good striking matchup. If the fight gets to the ground, then be sure to see a lot of submission attempts from Martin. He is very creative of his back, but I don't think that we will see a lot of grappling, as none of them usually shoots for takedowns. This fight will be a good fight, and I feel that Magny will keep the fight at his distance and use his reach and low kicks in order to prevent Martin from moving forward. In this fight, I'm picking Magny to get the W. Next fight we move to the bantamweight division for a fight of the night contender between Aljamain Sterling and my personal favorite Corey Sandhagen. Corey is a very long fighter for his division and he uses his reach in a good fashion. Corey is a striker that has a lot of different tools to his arsenal and like Sterling uses a lot of unorthodox techniques. Sterling is also a long fighter that likes to keep a good fighting distance, but I just feel that Corey is a much better striking than Sterling on the outside. So Sterling has to try to cut the distance and fight more in a closer range, where he has the best chance of hurting Corey. In my opinion, I would also like to see Sterling mix it up with takedowns and feint takedowns, in order to make it a bit hard for Corey to read what Sterling will do. Corey on the other hand has to keep the fight standing and use a lot of feints in order to counter the counters of Sterling, because that is when Corey is at his best. This fight is very interesting because there are a lot of similarities between their styles, and the winner might be next in line for the vacant title shot, and with that being said, this is a very hard fight to predict, but I would pick Corey Sandhagen to get the win. In the co-main event we have another bantamweight fight between the former champion Cody Garbrandt and the veteran Rafael Assunção. This fight is very important for Cody since he has been finished his last 3 fights, and I think he made a wise move when he started to work with coach Mark Henry alongside Team Alpha Male. The 3 losses of Cody has made us all realize the blueprint on how to beat Cody, and that is to make him engage in a slugfest in the pocket. Both of the fights against TJ and the fight against Munoz, Cody got emotional and took a lot of risks and got clipped and finished. I think now with the help of Mark Henry, that is just a mastermind when it comes to forming a game plan, that we will see a more composed Cody that relies more on his footwork rather than planting his feet in the pocket as we saw in his last fights. And I think if Cody fights the way he did against Dominic Cruz, then he will get the win and even a finish. However, Assunção is a very experienced fighter that has fought the best bantamweights in the game and is a problem for almost every fighter, but he is getting older now and has to fight very smart. Cody will for sure have the speed advantage, so Assunção has to try to make him engage in the pocket, where he has the best chance of hurting him, or try to wear him out by taking him down or clinching him up to try to take the explosiveness from Cody. I think Cody will fight a much smarter fight this time and will get the win. In the main event we have the women's featherweight belt on the line between champion Amanda Nunes and the challenger Felicia Spencer. Spencer is a very tough fighter that showed a lot of heart despite her loss against Chris Cyborg, and she showed very good grappling skills in her win over top contender Megan Anderson. However, I think Amanda is just a better martial artist and is better everywhere. I think Amanda will keep the fight standing and Spencer will try to close the distance and get the takedown or get to the dirty boxing range, and I think that is the only way for Spencer to have a chance to get the win, because Amanda is the more technical and stronger striker. Spencer has a chance to shock the world, but I don't think she is the one to dethrone Amanda Nunes. I think Amanda will get the win. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe and smash the like button. Be safe, and until next time.